Hey, welcome to the Huntsville Hustle podcast. I'm your host, Joe Martin, and we've got a special episode today because we got a superstar in training right here. Her name is Zaria Parker, and she is a senior at James Clemens and a student in the Midland Institute for Entrepreneurship program. She's here to tell more about herself and the special programs. So, Zaria, thanks for coming on the show.
Yes, thank you for inviting me, Joe.
Absolutely. We're recording this on a Saturday morning, and she is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed on a Saturday morning. Very impressive for me for teenage spirit. But let's talk about this. So when did you first realize you wanted to kind of have your own business and be an entrepreneur?
I realized that when I was very young. I would say maybe preschool, because I used to love Princess and the Frog and Tiana. So I always kind of wanted to own my own restaurant. I still want to do that, but I want to do that later on once I already have funds built up like pretty good, because owning a restaurant is not for the weak. And I work in the food industry, so I was given a rude awakening to how it all runs and stuff like that. But it's something that I definitely want to do when I'm older. But yeah, ever since I've been little, I've always wanted to kind of be an entrepreneur.
For you, yeah, I worked in the restaurant business too. It's not for the faint of heart. I mean, I was back there. I was washing the dishes. Don't get me wrong, but I was there. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a grind for sure. But there's people love it, so it's got to be something to it. So, who inspired you? I know the Prince and the Frog, the books inspired you, things like that. Who else kind of inspired you to kind of follow your dreams as an entrepreneur?
Yeah, so I guess for me, it's nobody like specifically, but I do look at people's traits as entrepreneurs, like Midland Institute, Madison CEO. They do a great job at exposing us to businesses and CEOs, and I really take enlightenment to the personality traits that they have, more than the person themselves. It's more like the personality traits they have that reaches out to me more than anything. So honestly, with all of these entrepreneurs that are resilient, that are creative, that are innovative, like all of them really stand out to me and really inspire me when we go to talk to them and things of that nature.
That's cool, man. Resilient will probably be the most important one right
Yeah.
there. All the ones I talk to, hey, there's going to be some hard times. You got to weather the storm and stay in there.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's something you kind of done as a student, as an athlete, as also an entrepreneur. But how do you balance all those different areas? And you're also working out there for yourself. How do you balance all that?
Yes, so I would say that time management is a big thing. Making sure that your schedule is very clean cut. My schedule is always just packed. I love being busy, and I do have a lot more energy than my peers. I would say I've just always been active and always wired on. That can get bad sometimes because sometimes I don't know how to relax, but yeah, I'm just always busy and I love it. I love staying busy and staying working because I don't really know what to do in my free time sometimes. But yes, just my energy keeps me going.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. If you could bottle some of that, let me borrow a little bit of that every now and then.
Yeah, I
Oh, we were
wish.
pushing 50.
I wish I could donate some.
Yeah, but that is, I mean, that is kind of blessing and a curse, like you said. There's the relaxing part. It's tough for a lot of people like
Yeah.
yourselves. Me, I can show you how to do that. I can sit around. I'm pretty good about sitting around.
Yes.
Speaking of your energy, someone told me you run a little bit of track. So what events do you do?
Yeah, so I do indoor and outdoor. Indoor, I do the 60 meter and the 200 meter, and outdoor, I do the 100, 200 meter, and 4x100.
You're a little bit accomplished in those events right there. Is there anything, any state related competitions people might have heard of that you might have won recently?
Yeah, so in state last year, my junior year, I won the 200 meter first place, and then I got the second fastest time in the 100 at that meet as well. So that was great. It was a nice, fun time, and yeah, I can't wait to go back in this year.
That's awesome. State champion right here. That's amazing. Right? That's very impressive. All the best. Hey, Alabama's a big state, so you should really be proud of yourself.
Thank you.
I think you'll see that a lot of your athletic stuff will directly translate into your business.
That's very true. Yes, yeah. I see that. Right when I come from practice, it's like I'm still on. I don't know, and it's hard to turn myself off. But that's why I have people around me to just let me know when to sit down somewhere.
That sounds like your mom speaking right there. Sit down somewhere. That's a mom thing for sure.
Yeah. So. Yes, it is.
So tell us more about this Midland Institute for Entrepreneurship program.
Yeah, so people always find it interesting. Basically, and I see why. Basically, what it is giving us real life experience out the gate while we're in high school, in the workplace, and it teaches us a lot about entrepreneurship. We have businesses and people to represent those businesses, or the actual CEO themselves coming in and explaining what it is. We ask them questions about day to day what are challenges you face, and we learn a lot there to hopefully avoid those issues in the future for us. And then we just learn a lot about like what tools they use and things of that nature. One of the things with Midland Institute and how this is all programmed and wired is the first semester of school. It's a year long class. So the first semester it's with a group, so you guys all as a class build your own business, and then in the second semester you're going to personal business, so you kind of learn it all together at once, and then you're kind of on your own at the end. Right now we're in the middle where we're building up startup funds for our personal business, and so that's what this 100 thing comes from, and we're going to present to a banker to hopefully get some money from them. And yeah, so that's just kind of how it goes. You learn a lot of real life experiences, and I would suggest anyone my age to do it for sure.
That sounds like an amazing program.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Like I've been an entrepreneur for like 16 years. I still not sure what I'm doing some days. So
Yeah,
that would have been
exactly.
awesome to get a little jump start on that.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about the 1 to 100 challenge and how you're participating.
Yeah, so 1 to 100, it's pretty straightforward in the title. I mean, they give you $1, and then you have to find some way to turn it into $100 or more in 10 days. Some things that a fun fact my facilitator told me in my class that one of the things that like the average amount of money that the people had made last year was $700. So I, being me and being competitive, was like, I can do way more than that. So my goal this 100 is $1,000, and that will help me get a big jump start on my personal business, give me all the startup funds that I need. And yeah, I can't wait. My business is going to be Lux Oasis. It's going to be a wet body butter business. And I am super excited for it. It's all natural ingredients. I have eczema. That helps a lot. I've been testing on myself. It's nice that I get to do that since I have the same pain point as other people who could be buying my product. So it works well on eczema. My eczema is gone now, which is great. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. My son had that, and it's so much of a pain. He can't get rid of it. So if you have a way to get rid of it,
Yeah,
that is
I have
a
dry
moneymaker
skin.
right there for sure. So tell us more about the kind of services you're offering during this challenge.
Yeah, so some of the services that I'm offering, my whole goal when it comes to this challenge is just to be a helper in people's professional and personal lives. So anything that might see fit for somebody. I mean, that could be cleaning around where they work, cleaning their house, cleaning garage. So babysitting, pet sitting, dog washing, um, or cleaning of cars. I know for one of the teachers at my school, well, she was actually my college and career counselor. She needed help making her PowerPoint look more aesthetically pleasing to my peers and make it look engaging and stuff like that. So she paid me to do that. So it's really just anything that people might need. I know I'm helping one lady do it with digital design. She needs help with that. I am a pro on Canva. I spend my life on there at times. And things like YouTube. I was once a YouTuber. Well, I still am. I want to get that back started up. But it's really just anything anybody might need. And that's what I'm here to help for. And we talk about it, figure out a price point that suits them and me.
That's awesome. Oh, we're going past 1,000 then.
Yeah.
We're going way past the goal. So we're gonna
Yeah,
go way.
for sure going past 1,000. I mean, if that's in God's hands, then so be it.
We'll do that because there's a lot of people. Our typical audience is small business owners, and a lot of them need help with things you could do on Canva that we struggle to do. Myself personally, I know I get on there and it's like, I know they got great resources. It's very helpful, but I ain't got it in me. So if you got that skill set, that is amazing right there.
Yes.
How do people get in touch with you to get these services?
You can get in touch with me at my email, Zaria, spelled Zaria .Parker5 at gmail.com, or you can contact me at 205-478-9191. And you can get in contact with me through both of those ways.
Great. We'll link that in show notes so people can just click on your email or things like that. And when does this challenge go through?
This challenge ends on February 13th. So that is the end. And some people might ask, like, if my services will continue, like, later on after this. And honestly, I don't mind. I just have to plan it. My main focus is going to be, like I said, my personal business, Lux Oasis. But I know one lady, we've talked, and she could possibly need help, like, after the challenge as well. And all it is really just communication. I mean, if we get a schedule set up, like, I'm a really go with the flow kind of person, even though I'm pretty busy. So, I mean, if it suits, then why not?
There you go. Well, your time management, you're an expert. We know that. We've heard
Yeah,
that. You
I
can handle
try.
it.
I try.
So, what are your plans after graduation? Have you got anything solid yet that you're thinking about?
Yes, I do. Always just going to be training for sure. And then also I'm going to Tulane University in New Orleans to continue my track career and get a degree in management, possibly. Well, not possibly. I don't know if I'll change my major or anything, but that's for sure what I'm going in there for is management.
Well, that's awesome. That's a great school, great location right there. Far enough from home, but not too far. So that's
Yeah.
good.
Yes,
And
for
you get to
sure. And my
continue.
sister. Oh, could you say that again?
I'm just saying it's awesome. You get to continue your track career as well.
Yes. My sister goes to Xavier down there, so we'll be right beside each other.
Awesome. Awesome. The parents can get a little vacation over there. So
I know, right?
I know it's kind of a tough question, but it's 10 years from now. What does your life look like?
I don't even know what my life is gonna look like tomorrow. But I think 10 years from now, I'll be 27. I look to be financially stable, and continuing with hopefully I'm working, on Lux Oasis and not in Lux Oasis, if that makes sense. Working on the business, not in the business. And so really trying to develop that, possibly doing real estate on the side, personal financial advising on the side as well. Uh, Married with a kid. Yeah, and just kind of living life.
That's amazing. Hey, you're going to
And
make it happen. I can see it.
yes, and also I really want to. This is just something that I've always wanted to do is like give back to the people who helped me get here. So yeah, we'll get
There you go.
there in the future.
That's it. Hey, give to her right now before she comes rich and famous. Now's the time to support her business on the front end while you can get it cheap, a little bit cheaper than the future. So, sorry, thank you so much for coming on and sharing your story with us and what you're doing. I'm excited for your future. I know big things are coming for you. You got the energy and the enthusiasm and the passion for it already. So that's amazing. You're way ahead of a lot of people that started businesses. So kudos to you.
Thank you, thank you. I'm trying, and I just pray every day that it goes well. And you never know what to expect, so I'm just taking it one day at a time.
That's the only way you can do it, right?
Yeah.
So listen right now, get in touch with Zaria. Get on. She could wash your dog. She could wash your car. She could fix you a Canva, a PowerPoint, whatever you need. She's going to help you out, and you're going to help her reach her goals. The old win-win right there. So get in touch with her, and please share this episode. Someone needs to hear her journey, whether this challenge is still going or not. That there's kids out there making a huge strides in the entrepreneurship world and the small business world, and we need more of them like us. Thanks for coming on, Zaria.
Thank you for bringing me, Joe.
Absolutely, and thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week on the Huntsville Hustle podcast.
Bye.